LoreWarrior Armour, Mars Assault Vehicle. Overview. One of the most formidable vehicles ever built, the Mars dedicates more than half its weight to weaponry, ammunition, and associated systems. Popular legend attributes the design of the tank to Ilkhan Winson himself, but even if this were the case, little remains in the current version of the original configuration created more than 2 centuries ago. Capabilities. Carrying more than 11 tons of advanced composite armor, the Mars can sustain multiple hits with minimal risk of penetration. A general-purpose ECM unit degrades the abilities of many of the sophisticated fire control systems an enemy force is likely to use, further reducing the chance of a successful hit. This armor protection and vast weapons array, however, has the unfortunate result of making the Mars ponderously slow and incapable of withdrawing from a fight. A CRG Gauss rifle serves as the vehicle's main gun, while a coaxial large laser allows the Mars to snipe out to ranges at which the Gauss slugs would likely be wasted. A hull-mounted 150mm LBX autocannon provides devastating anti-vehicle firepower, but the gun can only be raised 10 degrees above horizontal and is of minimal use against aerial targets. 3 Artemis-slaved LRM packs give the Mars the ability to deliver devastating barrages, but only 1 ton of ammo per launcher dictates that the LRMs be held in reserve until a critical juncture in the fight. The Mars also carries a number of systems designed to defend the vehicle. Turret-mounted machine guns provide an anti-infantry option, while side-mounted SRM streak launchers discourage opponents from exploiting the tank's weaker side and rear armor. The crew operates from 2 self-contained compartments linked by a tactical coordination system, and the driver sits in an armored cockpit in the nose of the vehicle and, in addition to looking through the armored view slit, wears a sophisticated helmet that presents navigational information on the heads-up display. The gunner and commander sit in a second compartment beneath the turret. Deployment. Occupying the same battlefield niche as heavy and assault-class battlemechs, the Mars is a common sight among active garrison clusters. While most clans replace vehicles only as needed, Hell's Horses maintains an almost constant production of the Mars. Variants. Clan Hell's Horses are currently conducting limited experiments with a modified version of the Mars. Once again, going against standard clan practice, they have rebuilt the engine compartments of 2 vehicles and replaced their power plants with 300-rated XL fusion engines. They've also removed the machine guns and their ammo, and have downgraded the armor by a half-ton. These modifications increase the vehicle's flank speed to a respectable 54 kph, and the Horses expect to begin field testing this variant in the next few months. So, the Mars. Mass is 100 tons. It's tracked movement type with a Fusion 200 and giving it a cruise speed of 22 and a flank speed of 32. Its armor is compound Zeta ferrofibrous. Armament is a single Series 7N extended range large laser, a CRG Gauss rifle, 2 Series 9 machine guns, a Type KOV LB-10 autocannon, 3 Type 15 crossbow LRM-15 launchers with Artemis, and 2 Patton J6C Streak 6 launchers, manufactured by various groups. Its communications and system is the Q2 Block 9, and targeting and tracking is the Series 32 multi-track IWS with Artemis fire control, and a cat meowing in the background if you do hear it. It's basically translates the same as the Witchley Potchley with a cruise of 2 and a flank of 3. It has 12 heat sinks instead of 10, and it has 220 armor factor. It's got 50 armor on the front, 43 on the sides, 37 on the rear, and 47 on the turret. Thick boy, to put it mildly. The vehicle looks fucking stunning. I love the missile array on the back. The whole setup just looks great in my opinion. I love it. Visually, it's just a slab. It's a rectangle with guns. It's amazing. And the ER large is located in the turret, which you can see there on the sort of right hand side of the turret there. The Gauss rifle is obviously located on the right hand side, on the left hand side of it, but from the gunner's perspective is on the right. It has 16 shots for the Gauss rifle. The 2 machine guns are located in between those 2 main guns there as well, obviously having 50 rounds each. The LB-10 is located in the front of the vehicle, obviously the big barrel that you see, with 20 shots, and then the 3 LRM-15s naturally are on the back of the vehicle, which are all helped by Artemis fire control, with 24 shots, essentially. So you've got that divided by 3. I'm terrible with numbers, but it's not a lot of ammo, basically. I think it was like 3, no, it's not 3, not even 3 12s, is it? But it's not a lot of ammo, essentially. Then you've got the 2 Streak 6 launchers that are sort of rear-mounted back there, with 15 shots each, and then an ECM suite snugly fit into the body somewhere. Yeah, it is my favourite clan tank. I really do like the Mars. It looks great. I don't quite know exactly what element of it is the standout for me, but I do find it to be an impressive looking vehicle. I've always been sort of drawn to the sort of unusual look. I think it's the LRM sort of configuration at the back. I just have the nice visual of this thing being sat there and then just like, you know, stream of missiles firing out from the back and the angled sort of hull section there. It's pretty cool. And then, yeah, you've got this like big sort of Gauss rifle turret thing set up. It's just cool. I just like it because it's rule of cool, rather than it actually probably being a good functional machine. It just looks pretty cool. It's not going anywhere fast, and as it says, as soon as it's involved in the fight, it's pretty much locked in, and it's either going to survive or it's going to die. 100 tons, though, it can certainly take the hits, and even if something did run up to it, theoretically, yes, a mech could very easily outflank the machine and get behind it and basically just sort of stay in its rear arc, because it theoretically wouldn't be able to rotate the actual body enough to get out of the way, as long as your initiative is obviously good enough on the roll. The turret is still a problem, though, because the turret can fire in any direction it wants, so yeah, you're still going to be point blank with a Gauss rifle or a pair of machine guns and an ER large laser, which is not a good combination of hits to be taking. So yeah, even if you do decide to rock up to this thing to start shooting it in the back, which it still has 37 armor on the rear, and that's if all your rolls do hit the rear of the vehicle, you're still going to be risking a lot of return fire, especially if you're only going to be moving a couple of hexes. You're not going to get any benefits. So basically, the Mars has to be taken out from range. It has to have concentrated firepower to knock this thing out of the battlefield. Or artillery hits, counter-battery fire, aerospace strike. It would be that kind of element. Obviously, the biggest downside of it is its slow speed means that it's not going to be generating much in the way of defenses every turn that it moves. And then if you get any motive hits, it's really going to struggle. I mean, if it gets a motive hit, for instance, that reduces its cruise speed by half. That means it goes down to 1 and 2. And then, yeah, I think if it takes any more, it just becomes immobilized. So the vehicle could very quickly be left in a position where it can't move anywhere. But it's still got a lot of firepower. That's the main problem. So, yeah, it's a dicey thing to come up against. And certainly something that you have to sit up and pay attention to. Naturally, it costs a lot in terms of its battle value, as far as I know. 1,600 points alone does make it quite a difficult choice, I think, for a lot of people. You really have to weigh up the environment that you're going to be taking this thing into. Obviously, its weapon systems don't really favour an urban battle, so it's definitely more of a field combatant, which means you have to sort of pick the best spot for it to be located in, and then plan around the environment and what else you're going to be bringing with the vehicle to protect it. But yeah, that actually represents the end of the clan vehicles. That's then the book goes over to the Innisphere Battlemechs. So yeah, that's all the clan vehicles done and dusted. The first proper sort of introduction of unique clan armor and stuff. It took them a long time, but it was good that Faster finally got around to it. And I thought there was some great design, some really nice artwork throughout. Some of them look really wacky, but it fits. It works for this unique kind of clan visual style that they created. And yeah, not all of them land with people, understandably, but it's definitely set apart from the Innisphere offerings, which is good. So yeah, I really like a good number of these clan vehicles. The Epona is a standout. The Hatcherman fire support is one I really like. There's a couple of, like the Mithras. I really like the Mithras sort of design. That was kind of cool. The little hover vehicle. Like this Svantavit was quite groovy. And yeah, it's like I like the Mithras with the multi-track thing, and the Odin Scout tank. I love that little tri-wheeled thing. And even the Asher, yeah, there's some great ones in there. They don't all land, as I said, but they do enough, and I think they help to really sort of characterize the clans a bit better. and give them a bit more sort of visual sort of uniqueness and flexibility, and a few more options on the battlefield, which is always good. But I've rambled on enough. 10 minutes, so I'll leave you all back to get back to what it is you're doing. Far more important things than listening to this this tired old person at this point. So have a good one, everybody. Thanks for joining. As always, we'll catch you next time. And take care of yourselves. Bye bye.